So what happens is that now you create this barrier of who you authentically are to be this person that you think you need to be this shell of the best version of you. And what happens, and the deeper part of that you start to resent you, because it's impossible for you to be the most authentic you. It's impossible for you to love you fully if all you're doing is living to please people. If I were to ask you, what's that mountain in your life? Like, what's that thing that you seem to never be able to move? That thing that you seem to never get over? The thing that has become an identifying factor as to why you do the things you do? Or worse, the identifying factor as to why you don't do the things that you can do, the things that you want to do. It's the relationship cycles that we keep repeating. The same type of people, the same type of thing, in the same type of person, and we blame that mountain. We say, well, somebody did this to me at one point in my life, and I'm never going to trust a person because of the type of relationship I was in. We tie that into our finances, right? We never say that we can do the next thing because we have been taught terrible things in our lives. So the way that we look at our finances is a mountain. We say, I can't get out of this hole because I've become so used to this particular thing. The way I live my life, the thing that I created a part of my habits or my cultural life. These things are things that stay in that reality, and we don't move because it becomes a mountain. We say, I can't get through this because I've become so used to it. It could be a career, right? You've dug yourself into a hole so long that you think that this is the only thing that you will ever know. You think that this is the only place that you'll ever grow out of, and that's become your mountain. Whatever that particular thing is, whatever the stage, the goal here in this podcast is to one, identify that, because you can't heal, you will never be able to change or grow through the thing that you refuse to identify, the thing that you refuse to say, hey, this is my mountain, this is the struggle, this is the thing that's in front of me. You can't make that mountain move without actually diving into that, without actually identifying it, without actually saying, look, you are here and I'm commanding you to move. This is why you're tired. This is why you feel stuck. This is why you're going through all these things. It's not that you're lazy. It's not that you're broken. It's not that you don't have it in you. It's just that you've allowed this mountain in your life to be so prevalent that it controls every aspect of it. Now, for me, this is tied into a faith thing, right? Because again, I'm Dominican, so I grew up in a Dominican household, and my grandmother always lo que tú haces con fe, la cosa que haces con fe, the things that you do in faith, when you act in faith. And whether you are coming from a faith-based background or not, there's so much authority in that. There's so much power in knowing that when I move in faith, I trust that the thing that I'm moving into, that I'm doing the work, because that's also a tie off. We think that when we move in faith or we move in trust, that the things have to happen to us. They're not going to happen to you or for you. You have to do the work, right? That's actually the biggest part of faith, is trusting that I do the work and the thing is going to come towards me. I do the healing, I go through the process, and that thing that I identified as a mountain comes for me. It works for me and my behalf. And for me, that's again a faith-based thing, but it doesn't have to necessarily be for you. If that's not something that you're aligned with, that's okay. Understanding that moving in faith is, yes, again, for me, for God, but it could also be this reality that I trust the things that I've done, the work that I've done, that I've trust the healing that I've gone through, that I've identified this mountain, that I've told it to move, and I trusted that it moved. Knowing that this thing here is able to be a catalyst as a part of the story that so many of us are scared to share. So many of us are afraid to actually identify. And let's be honest, it's scary to confront the mountain in front of you. It's scary to say this thing that I've been stuck with, this thing that's become a part of my life, this wound that I've been dealing with for so long. It's scary to say that I need to face it so that it can leave. It's scary to think that this next process of you is going to require you to do the scary thing. It's going to require you to be in this. And our invitation with this, right? And I know this first episode, and we're just kind of introducing this mountain and what healing looks like, and what mental health looks like, and what addressing these things look like. And we're gonna have these amazing conversations with people who have lived through mountains and have these amazing success stories. I have some amazing friends that have done just things that I'm just always in awe and shock of. But first, before any of that, we need to be able to expand and understand us. Like, what is our mountain? What is that thing? And I know everyone, every person, every human person that lives has something. There is an existence, a reality of a mountain that someone is going through. Whether you're the most perfect person ever, right? You have no struggles. That's amazing. That's good for you. But every human has something at some core, whether you want to admit it or not. There is something that stops us from being the fullness of us, and this is the scary part to this. I think it's a good part, but it's also a scary part, scary reality, that even when you identify a mountain, there's another one. And but the process becomes easier, right? Because now I've been able to identify this, and I've been able to pinpoint this and grow and use this to expand and to become the best version of me. So this next thing that I'm going to confront, it doesn't seem like a challenge. It actually seems exciting. It changes the perspective of how we see things, because a lot of us struggle with pain because we haven't turned it into purpose. We haven't been able to identify the thing that's killing us and then use it for our own catalyst. We haven't been able to see the thing that has been terrible in our lives and then used it to promote and to grow the good things in our lives. So being able to understand what your mountain is or what your mountains are and identifying those things to grow through them, we need to know who we need to become to climb it, because this is the process of this, right? Identifying who I authentically am, not who I've been told to be. And again, these are things that tie into so many aspects: cultural, social, or organizational, all these things, right? We grew up in certain classes that told us, especially for me, right? Again, this is a Latino based thing. And for me, I'm always going to touch base on that because our culture is a huge indication of the things that we think that we can do, the things that we can't do. Like, growing up, my grandfather would go to work at like 5 in the morning to go and support this family of his. And the way that he showed love, the way he showed his actually care is asking si comiste, if you ate something, if there's food in the fridge, and identify those things. So culturally, for a lot of Latinos at least, we think that the way that we show our success, our love, our growth is through working to the point of burnout, to working to the point where I think that the only way I can show you that I love you is not necessarily by saying it, but it's by doing certain things that are out of the way and obscure, but beneficial to the whole family. Culturally, for a lot of us, we've limited our actions and our growth based on the things that are in that environment. Socially, we think that the way that we need to be interacted with or seen has to be through this lens of success, social success. What does that look like? And looking at things that people are doing in this world and thinking that we need to identify ourselves with that. So what happens is that now you create this barrier of who you authentically are to be this person that you think you need to be the shell of the best version of you. And what happens, and the deeper part of that you start to resent you, because it's impossible for you to be the most authentic you. It's impossible for you to love you fully if all you're doing is living to please people.